What's going on, everybody? So I got another little episode today that I'll do on the Corolla. I want to replace this part. It's broken up here and kind of rattles a little bit, and it pulls out, and you can tell it's broken when it's down too. It sticks out, which kind of bothers me. But what I actually found this online, and I'll link this up in the description. So I figured I'd change it a little bit. I could have went with the regular Corolla one, but I kind of like this. My daughter likes it, and it doesn't match the taillights, as you can see. So I wasn't planning on changing the taillights, but since I'm doing the headlights and the bumper lights, and now I've got this, I think I probably will go ahead and change the taillights so they have more of a bubblier light like that. Now this back cover, it is powered. It's got wire into it, so these are actually lights. They should be for the running lights. And I'm gonna have to figure out how to wire that in, because there's no electrical that goes to the back of that plate. That's for the trunk cable release. So there's no electrical that actually go in there, and I'll need to figure out how to run it, the running lights from each tail light up into the trunk. So that's something I might do a little bit later, but for right now we're gonna go ahead and get this installed. First thing we're gonna need to do is take off this liner here, so we'll do that first. So depending on what style clip you have, some of them might just pull out. These ones have little screws inside them, so you kind of pull those loose first, and then you can pull the clip out. So this should be held in by 4 nuts. You're gonna lift the hood up, and you're gonna look over here. There's gonna be one that's in a hole. So you've got one there and one there. And then same here, there's one there and one there. And these are gonna be 10mm nuts. I'm using a short extension with it too. I believe that's it. Let me double check real quick. Okay, so going off of the new one, that should be it. There's just 4 studs there, and I don't see anything along the edge, so we'll go ahead and try to pull this off. It's just stuck on by a little clip, so I'm going to try to get a screwdriver or some needle nose and pull that out with it. It's best if these clips come with it, so you can transfer them to the new one. That way they just clip right in. So I'll get this cleaned up before I install the new one. And as you can see, there's no wiring back here, and this new one comes with lights, so I'm actually gonna figure out how to wire it, but I'm not gonna do that today probably. But if you have any of the leftover little clips, try to get those out so you can transfer them to the new one. So I got that cleaned up a bit. One thing I noticed is the new plate doesn't have the places for the clips like this does, so I won't be transferring the clips over, and that might be the reason why it says it's for 93 and 95. The one that I got said it was 93 and 95. Everywhere else said it was 93 to 97. So the bolt holes are in the same place. I'm thinking because of all the added stuff in here is why they don't have those clips running down the middle like that. So I'm going to fit this in, see how it does. If it rattles, I might change my mind with it. But we'll see how this does like this, and then I'll worry about trying to figure out how to wire it. So basically gonna just do a test fit. Stud holes line up good. Seems a little bit thicker. I think the bolts will bring it down. Let's give it a try. So I'm going to take it back out and see why these just keep turning. Maybe I can add a washer or something to give it a little more support. Okay, so before you install it, make sure that these studs are down tight. The top two, for some reason, just keep spinning. The bottom two are good. So what I'm going to do on the top two is either try to glue them in, or maybe I'll do some thread lock on it, something to get it to stick so I can put the bolt on there and it won't just spin. But that's where I'm at right now. So I tried Teflon tape and some thread locker. Nothing's gonna hold it, so what I'm gonna do is squirt some goop down in the holes, and then I'll put the screws in, let that set, because all I need is a little bit of force so I can get the nuts on without them spinning. So this should be able to do the trick. So once that dries, that should be pretty solid, and then we'll reinstall this. Alright you guys, so I actually ended up putting some new studs in there and using a spacer on them, and that worked out fine. I might take it off later and do the front ones, the bottom ones too, because it just made it a lot more sturdy. But that's what it looks like. I think it looks really neat. And then I also went ahead and pulled the wires through so I can wire them up later if I want to. Looks like I can just kind of splice into the license plate lights here, so that should be rather easy. And then I could run it along here, up, and then over and up through there. So that might be another thing I'll do later, but that's where it's at. That's what it looks like. So pretty neat. And then, like I said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end up replacing the taillights. I didn't want to, but now that those are on there, on the round and kind of bubbly, I want to get something similar for the other side. But there it is.